Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about, of course, Fabius Bile, the one and only Clone Lord, as I like to call him, because he is the best when it comes to making Primarchs. He really is. You know, there's no one in the galaxy that compares to him. Even the Emperor, I think, is second compared to Fabius Bile now, since Fabius Bile has made more Primarchs than the actual Emperor himself. We're going to be talking about the Death Guard. We're also going to be talking about the Custodians. We're actually going to be talking everything about War of the Spider and Fabius Bile's intentions and what he should be making, or maybe what he intends to make with some of the stuff he can get his hands on. So let's jump in and let's have a little talk. Now, we all know by now that featuring in this book, War of the Spider, are going to be three factions. You're going to be getting Talons of the Emperor, which is basically two factions into one now, because it's the Sisters of Silence and the Custodians, which is fantastic for me because I'm a massive fan of both of their armies. We're going to be getting the Death Guard, and of course we're going to be getting Fabius or Fabius, however you want to pronounce it. It's pronounced Fabius in the trailer, but I like to call him Fabius because he's fabulous, and whatever he brings to the table. Now, that is really one of the main talking points, is what is he going to bring to the table. A lot of people are theorizing that maybe like the Glanhounds are going to be part of this little thing, because Fabius is supposed to be getting something nice in this book. Is it just going to be the rules for Fabius, or we're going to see more of his retinue, the cacophony and stuff like that, which is mentioned in the books. The books is a really good starting point to really see like who could be potentially with Fabius in all of this. I know the books are set way before the Psychic Awakening and everything like that, but if you read them, you kind of get in the mindset of Fabius and like what his plans are, what he views the Imperium as, what he views Chaos as, what he views certain characters as. Because again, in this trailer, he calls Abaddon a short-sighted fool. Him and Abaddon do not get along one bit. I think Abaddon's got like a bounty on his head to bring Fabius back to him. Same with Fulgrim. Fulgrim actually wants Fabius brought to him so he can, like, you know, twist him and, you know, get all the pleasure out of him and, you know, all that really weird stuff that Fulgrim and the Emperor's Children will probably do. He's not very liked in the setting from both sides of Chaos and the Imperium. I don't think anyone really likes him, to be honest. And to be fair, he really doesn't care, because Fabius does what Fabius does, because he's doing his little solo crusade, as we all keep saying these days. Now, we know that the Death Guard are there for a simple reason, is that Fabius stole a relic from them, and they're pursuing him down. Typhus is the one who's actually pursuing him. If you read the short story, Fabius is actually heading towards Acadian Gate, and Typhus is like, okay, that's where we'll meet him. We'll meet him there, you know, we'll fight in there and stuff like that. It's actually a really, really funny story. He betrays like the fleet he has, leaves all their plasma drives to fail, and he just laughs as he rides off into the sunset. Again, Fabius does what Fabius wants to do. Now, where the Talons of the Emperor come into this, I truly have no idea. I would probably put it down to, since Cadia is kind of a way to terror, let's say, that will concern the Custodians the most, so the Custodians deploy a force to try and deal with the heretical force in that sector, to try and bring it to heel, to try and destroy it, to purge it, so there's no really consequences that could fall on Terra itself and the Emperor of Mankind, all that kind of stuff that the Custodians do. I think that's really why they're getting involved. I don't really see them getting involved because, you know, Fabius Bile is doing something strange that they must stop. I just think, all right, their number one goal is to protect the throne world, and they're going there to stop anything happening to the throne world. They're going to have no personal beef with Fabius or, you know, Typhus or the Death Guard or anything like that. They're just there to just destroy traitors, and that is basically their start and end when it comes to their mission. Now, for me, the biggest talking point out of all the trailer, and a lot of people have been teasing me about this since I am a Custodian fan, is right at the end of the trailer, Fabius says the galaxy will see the undeniable genius of Fabius Bile while he's working on a Custodia, while he's ripping a Custodia apart. So the memes have started to pop up in my inbox of, you know, Chaos Stodies and stuff like that, you know, all that kind of thing you expect. First things first, I don't think that we're ever going to see a Chaos Custodian fall to Chaos. I don't think we'll see a Chaos Custodia that people keep talking about. I just don't think that's on the table at all. I'm not saying that he's going to be taking a certain aspect of them and using it in his own way. We'll get to that in a second. But for people saying that, you know, you're going to see like a corrupted Chaos Custodia in like the golden armor, maybe like all black and, you know, burnt and stuff, charging against the Imperium, you know, shouting death to the Emperor. No, that is definitely not on the table. I will guarantee that will never happen. If it does happen, I swear on the Emperor's throne, I will purge everyone I see who dare bears that army, because that is absolutely heretical. But as I mentioned, I wouldn't put it past him to like delve deep into their like genetic code and like mess around with it and like take certain aspects of it, like what makes them faster, stronger in that certain aspects, and maybe try and, you know, do his own little twisted versions of that and put it into some of his own creations, because he does have the Glanhounds. The Glanhounds, for those of you who are not aware, basically Fabius's own little creations, which I like his next feat of humanity, let's say, which can go on and actually take on Space Marines. In the actual books, they actually hunt in packs, and they take on Chaos Space Marines and bring them down and stuff under the orders of Fabius Bile. So these chaps are not to be messed around. Maybe he's just trying to advance them even more with some of the genetic code of the Custodes. I can definitely see that happening, and I think we have to have some form of reality here. Fabius Bile is a master at what he does. He's a genius at what he does. If he can clone Primarchs, and he did clone a lot of Primarchs, then surely the genetic code of a Custode would be no different. I'm not saying that it won't be difficult for him, but what I am saying is that if you can do it with a Primarch, which is like mind-blowingly like technical, let's say, and like these were like some of the like the peak things that the Emperor made, surely he could do the same with the Custodes, and I'm just thinking really what his intentions could be. The only thing I can think of is that he just wants to understand. He wants to learn. That's what he's all about. He's all about the pursuit of knowledge and using it to his benefit rather than everyone else's. And also we have to take in for the factor of the Primaris gene seed as well, and what Fabius intends to do with that. Now, apparently during week 1 of the reveals, when Fabius Bile was actually revealed to us all, stuff like that, the people on the stream mentioned that there is going to be like a Primaris fleet a part of this, and that Fabius Bile is very, very interested in that Primaris stuff. That has been mentioned before in like the Chaos Codex, where when Primaris were like falling down onto the planet, you know, like striking down, and Fabius was watching them, and he was very, very interested in the Primaris Marines, because of course it's something new genetically for him to get his hands onto, for him to research, to learn about what makes them tick, what makes them bigger, what makes them stronger, what makes the Primaris. He wants to find out about that knowledge, and again take it apart and use it to his own means, to his own benefit, to probably create his own creations and use them against his enemies. Now, just like the Custodes, I don't think we'll get like just a one-for-one like Chaos Primaris Marine or anything like that. I don't think that will happen. I do think that maybe we'll be getting like some kind of corrupted like monstrosity version, you know, like bulging muscles and all that kind of weird stuff that you expect when Fabius Bile plays around with stuff. But just having like just a normal Primaris Marine in the armor with a couple of spikes here and there, or a tongue coming out of his head or something, like as you expect with Chaos, I don't think we'll get anything like that. I think they're just going to be like mutated monster creatures, if anything. If Fabius Bile makes anything out of the Primaris, don't expect like brand new, Chaos Primaris Marines. Firstly, I would hate that as a Primaris player, because then it means that Chaos get all the toys. Like they get like all the demon stuff that goes with them, they get all the possessed and stuff, then they have access to Chaos Primaris Marines. It'd be really, really cool if like Bile had like a fallback plan, like if the gene seed was about to be corrupted or something. I don't know how it would work, that the body would just bloody explode and just like ruin everything, so you couldn't actually mess around with it. Maybe that could be in the story somewhere, but I highly doubt that. But yeah, I just hate the thought of all of a sudden Chaos Primaris just popping up, and it's like, oh yes, now Chaos have Primaris, and it's all down to Fabius Bile. And watching the trailer, of course, we know that his main intention is that he's going to make the whole sector his laboratory, because again, he mentioned that Abaddon has left Cadia and he was a short-sighted fool, and now this whole sector would be his laboratory. So he has a lot of plans in this area, whatever it be. Surely it's going to be to his own benefits. It's not going to be to the benefit of a certain warband or Chaos god, or a certain Chaos Primarch. Whatever Fabius is doing, he's doing for his benefit and his benefit only. Whatever it's got to be, though, it's got to be monstrosity, it's got to be absolutely heresy, and it's going to be a thorn in the side of the Imperium. That is an absolutely guarantee, whatever comes out of what Fabius is making in his little labs. Alright, Chapunios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. As always, if you've got any thoughts, feedback on what you think Fabius is doing, do you think we'll get the Chaos Toadies? Nope, it's not going to happen. Do you think we'll get Chaos Primaris Marines? Just put it down below. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? I hate the idea. Primaris should be purely dedicated to the Imperium and the Imperium only. Or do you think it's going to be another thing? Do you actually think we'll see like the Glanhounds or any of those units that you expect that have been following Fabius Bile around in the novels and stuff? Do you think they'll actually get models? We do know like he's getting that little guy who is like operating on the Primaris Marine and stuff. We know that is a part of his so-called retinue, but what possibly else could be coming? I know there's one chap who keeps going about Fabius Bile tanks and stuff. I can't see anything massive like that, like air transports or tanks. I think it's just going to be, if anything, infantry units that just follow him around and protect him in battle. Have a great day. See you now, and bye-bye.